Hello future MDs! Today we're going to solve 25 physics questions from the CEM NMAT Practice Set 2019. Yung next numbers, yung 25 to 50, will be on a separate video. I'll just put the link on the description box. By the way, if there are any corrections to my solutions or you know a better way of solving, comment below para makorek natin at mapag-usapan natin. Tsaka, pwede ba akong humingi ng favor? Madali lang to, promise. So, click nyo lang yung subscribe button below. Okay, let's start. Problem number 1. A tank is filled with water to a height of 2.0 meters. What is the pressure at the bottom of the tank? So, for this problem, we're going to solve the pressure. Pressure is equal to density times gravity times height. So, yung density ng water is 1,000 kilogram per meter cube. So, dapat kabisado to. Multiply to 9.81 meter per second squared, yung gravity, times the height, which is 2 meters. So, 1,000, unahin muna natin yung 1,000 times 9.81. So, move to the right, magiging 9,810, di ba? Times 2. 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 1 is 2. 8 times 2, 16, carry 1. 9 times 2 is 18, plus 1, 19. So, 19,620. Let's move the decimal point to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, this is equal to 1.96 times 10 raised to 4 Pascal. So, this one is the final answer. That is letter C. Problem number 2. The dimension L represents the length of an object. Which of the following dimensions can be represented by L squared? So, kapag L squared, unit yan ng area. So, hanapin natin yung mga area dito sa choices. Ito, area of the land and surface area of the earth. So, the correct answer is letter C, 1 and 3. Yung volume, length, raised to 3 yan. Number 3, a 10-pound object is suspended by a string from an overhead support. A horizontal force of 5.8 pounds is applied on the object. The measure of the angle which the string makes with the horizontal is blank. So for this problem, we're going to draw a free body diagram. So meron daw tayong object. Then nag-apply ka ng horizontal force. And syempre merong weight yung object mo. So, pag nag-apply ka ng horizontal force, yung string mo ay magkakaroon ng angle with respect to the horizontal. So, we know that the force is equal to 5.8 pound, diba? And then, yung weight is equal to 10 pounds. Nakalagay dito. Okay, so we're going to solve for the angle with respect to the horizontal. So, ito yung angle na yon. So, for this problem, since opposite to over adjacent, gagamitin natin yung TOA. So, tangent is equal to opposite over adjacent. So, for this problem, tangent theta is equal to opposite, at yun yung 10 pound over 5.8. So, kapag ginamit natin yung right triangle, so yung 30 degrees, yung opposite side niya ay 1/2. Yung 60 degrees, opposite side niya ay square root of 3 over 2. And then yung 90 degrees, yung hypotenuse is equal to 1. So, dito medyo magta-trial and error kayo. So, pwede nyo i-try tangent 30 or tangent 60. Yun. So, for this problem, we're going to try tangent 60 degrees. So, opposite niya is equal to square root of 3 over 2 all over 1/2. So, cancel 2. Yung matitira sa atin ay square root of 3, which is almost equal to 1.7, diba? Pag kinompute kasi natin to, 10 over 5.8 almost equal siya sa 1.7 din. So, yun na yung answer, 60 degrees. So, the final answer is 60 degrees. So, yung nakalagay kasi dun sa solution, ay sa answer key ng CEM is equal to 30 degrees. Pero I think mali lang yung answer key. So, you can comment below if 30 degrees talaga yung sagot. And you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Which of the following is true at the highest point of a projectile? A is equal to acceleration and V is equal to velocity. So, the answer for this is letter C. Acceleration is equal to gravity kapag nasa highest point ng projectile. Also, yung velocity mo, walang y component. So, equal lang siya sa horizontal component of initial velocity. So, as we can see in this photo, yun, makikita natin na yung velocity with respect to y sa highest point is equal to 0. Kasi, yung object habang kapag ina-approach niya yung highest or maximum point, yung potential energy niya ay tumataas. And yung velocity niya nag-a-approach sa 0. Tapos, syempre, pag nasa pinakamataas na height, after that, babagsak na siya. So, yung matitira na lang na mag-a-act sa kanya is yung horizontal component of initial velocity. Kapag nasa maximum height yon. For this, kailangan familiar tayo sa mga equations. So, we have kinematic equations for constant acceleration in 2 dimensions. So, yan yung mga formulas. Importante itong mga to. And then, sa projectile motion, meron tayong formulas with respect to the horizontal axis and y-axis. So, kapag sa vertical component, yung gravity natin, which is also an acceleration, is negative kasi downward siya parate. Kaya negative. And then, we also have equations for range, for height, and for time. For number 5, a book is pushed along a table by force F. The book moved with a constant speed. The figure above shows the free body diagram for the book, where F sub n is the normal force, W is the weight of the book, and F is the frictional force. Which of the following is true about these forces? So for this one, the correct answer is letter A. So, sabi kasi, di ba, nag-move daw yung book. So, yung keyword natin is moved. So, ibig sabihin, na-overcome nung force yung frictional force. So, kapag gagawa tayo ng equation, summation of force with respect to x, equal yan sa force minus the frictional force equals mass times acceleration. Kasi nag-move. Pero kung hindi siya nag-move, equal to 0 yung equation. And then with respect to y, equal yan sa normal force minus yung weight na pointing downward, which is equal to 0 kasi hindi naman nag-move. Pataas, pababa, 'di ba? Pa-right lang siya nag-move. So, normal force is equal to weight. So, yun yung explanation for that.
Number 6, Chris wants to know the material used in the bracelet she purchased from an antique shop. The weight of the bracelet when hung from a scale is 3.16 newtons. When it is completely immersed in the water, the scale reads 2.86 newtons. Based on the table above, what material makes up the bracelet? So, hahanapin natin yung density ng material ng bracelet, which is equal to the mass of the bracelet over the volume of the bracelet. So, yung mass ng bracelet, hindi siya given, pero yung weight ng bracelet when it is hung is equal to 3.16 newton. So, yung weight ng bracelet is equal to 3.16 newton, which is equal to mass times the gravity. So, yung mass ng bracelet is equal to 3.16 over 10 meter per second squared. So, okay na yung mass ng bracelet. So, yung volume naman ng bracelet, para makuha natin siya, gagamitin natin yung Archimedes principle. Sabi, volume of the displaced fluid is equal to volume of the object. So, yung volume ng bracelet, equal siya sa volume ng water na madi-displace. And also, we have the concept na the weight of the displaced portion of the fluid is equivalent to the magnitude of the buoyant force. So, yung buoyant force daw, equal siya dun sa weight ng water na madi-displace, which is equal to 3.16 Newton from the given minus 2.86 Newton. Equal yun sa 0.3 Newton. So, alam natin na yung weight ng water is equal to 0.3 Newton, which is also equal to the mass of the water times gravity. So, makukuha na natin yung mass ng water. Mass ng water is equal to 0.3 Newton over 10 meter per second squared. Equal din siya sa 3 over 10 times 10. Para lang makita natin yung mga pwedeng i-cancel mamaya. Okay, so for the volume of the displaced fluid or water, equal siya sa mass of the water over the density. So, ito yung mass ng water, diba? So, 3 over 10 times 10 over yung density ng water na 1,000, which is equal to 3 over 10. Ilang 0? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 100,000. Okay, so, since meron na tayong volume ng water, sabi sa Archimedes principle, yun na rin yung volume ng bracelet. Volume of the water displaced pala yan, not the volume of the water. Babalik tayo dito sa formula na to. So, pwede naman natin makuha yung density ng material, which is equal to mass of the bracelet, 3.16 over 10 all over 3 over 100,000. So, density ng bracelet is equal to, ito ilagay natin sa taas, and then ito ilagay natin sa denominator. So, magiging 3.16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, 0, 0, 0 all over 3 times 10 is equal to 30. So, makakancel yung 0. So, yung 316 over 3 is almost equal to 10.5 times 10 raised to 3. Yung density na makukuha natin is 10.5 times 10 raised to 3. And that is silver. So, the correct answer is silver.
A stone is thrown upward at the speed 6 meters per second from the ground. A man who catches the stone is located 1 meters above the ground. What is the speed of the stone as it reaches the catcher's hand? Use gravity is equal to 10 meter per second squared. So for this problem, yung stone daw binato mo dun sa man na 1 meter above the ground. So ito yung elevation niya, 1 meter. And given tayo ng initial velocity na 6 meters, yung pinapahanap sa atin ay yung final velocity. So, for this problem, we're going to use the equation Vy squared minus Vy naught squared equals negative 2 times gravity times the elevation or the change in height. So, for this problem, we have Vy naught or initial velocity is equal to 6 meter per second. And then, yung Vy squared, pwede na natin makuha. I-substitute lang natin lahat. So, magiging square root of Vy naught squared minus 2g times the elevation. Equal yan sa 6 square root of 6 squared minus 2 times 10 times the 1 meter. So, for this one, 6 squared is equal to 36 minus 2 times 10, 20. Ito equal siya sa square root of 16. Square root of 16 is equal to 4 meter per second. So, yun na yung final answer natin, which is letter D. A metallic bear weighs 40 Newton in air and 30 Newton in water. What is its density? So, for this problem, we're going to use Archimedes principle, kagaya nung naunang problem na katulad nito. Density nung metallic bear is equal to mass over volume. So, kailangan makuha muna natin yung mass nung bear. Ito, hanapin muna natin. Mass nung bear is equal to weight kapag nakahang siya over yung gravity. Equal yan sa weight kapag nakahang is 40 newtons over yung gravity na 10 meter per second squared, which is equal to 4 kilograms. And then, yung Archimedes principle na sinasabi ko, buoyant force is equal to the weight of the displaced fluid, which is equal to 40 Newton na nasa given minus 30 Newton. Equal yan sa 10 Newton. Since alam natin yung weight is equal to mass times gravity, makukuha na natin yung mass. Mass ng displaced fluid or ng water is equal to yung weight, which is 10 Newton over gravity na 10 meter per second squared, which is equal to 1 kilogram. And then, para mahanap natin yung volume ng displaced water, gagamitin natin ulit yung formula ng density. Density ng water is equal to mass ng water over volume ng water. Meron na tayong mass. Hanapin na lang natin yung, ayan, pwede na nating i-substitute. Volume ng water is equal to mass ng water over density ng water, which is 1 kilogram over density ng water is 1,000 kilogram per meter cube. Yung makukuha nating sagot dito, yun na rin yung volume ng metallic bear, 'di ba? Kasi sabi nga sa Archimedes principle, yung na-displace na fluid is equal to the volume of the object. Ayan. So, meron na rin tayong volume ng metallic bear. So, pwede na natin i-substitute. Density is equal to yung mass ng metallic bear na 4 kilogram. So, 4 over yung volume na 1 over 1,000. So, magiging 4,000 kilogram per meter cube, which is 4 times 10 raised to 3. Letter C. Number 9. The initial speed of a 15-gram bullet is 600 meters per second. It penetrates 10 centimeters into a stationary target post before it stops. What is the average force exerted on the bullet by the target post? So, yung hahanapin natin ay yung force. I-convert muna natin yung mga given into SI units. So, yung mass is equal to 15 grams. Sa isang kilogram, merong 1,000 grams. So, this will become 0.015 kilograms. Yung distance na na-penetrate is equal to 10 cm. Sa isang meter, merong 100 centimeters. So, makakancel yung centimeters. This will be equal to 0.10 meters. And then, given tayo nung velocity. The formula for force is equal to mass times acceleration. Given tayo ng mass, pero hindi natin alam yung acceleration. Pero may formula ng acceleration na velocity over time. So, force is equal to mass times velocity over time. And then, meron tayong velocity, pero hindi natin alam yung time. For the time is equal to distance over velocity. Given naman tayo ng distance na na-penetrate ng bullet, substitute 0.10 meter over yung velocity na 600 meter per second. Pwede rin to isulat as 1 over 10 times 600. Pwede na natin i-compute yung force. Force is equal to mass 0.015 kilograms times yung velocity na 600 over yung time na 1 over 6,000. This can also be written as 0.015 times 600 times 6,000. Alam natin na 6 times 6 is equal to 36, diba? So, yun muna yung isolve natin. 0.015 times 36. Tapos mamaya na natin idagdag yung mga 0. 5 times 6, 30. 6 times 1 is equal to 6 plus 3, 9. 0, 0. 3 times 5, 15. Carry 1. 3 times 1 plus 4 is equal to 4. 3 times 1 plus 1 pala. And then 3 times 0 is equal to 0. 0, 9 plus 5, 14. Carry 1, 5. And then ilang decimal places? 1, 2, 3. So, 0.540 yung sagot. Times 10 raised to ilang 0 yung nandito? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 raised to 5. Equal din yan sa, so yung force natin equal din sa 5.4 times 10 raised to 4 Newton. So this is the final answer. Yan, sorry sa handwriting ko. Letter B. Yun yung pinaka malapit na sagot. Number 10. Which of the following is not true about work and energy? So for number 10, the answer is, the total kinetic energy of a composite system does not change when no work is done. So, bakit? So, yung explanation dito, basahin ko na lang. An external force can change the kinetic energy or potential energy of an object without doing work on the object. So, pwede daw yun mangyari. That is, without transferring energy to the object. So, for example, an initially ice skater pushes away from a railing and then slides over the ice. Her kinetic energy increases because of an external force on her from the rail. However, the force does not transfer energy from the rail to her. The rail was not displaced. Thus, the force does no work on her. So, ang haba. Yung sinasabi lang dito sa example, so for example daw, may ice skater, tapos napabangga siya dun sa rail, tapos nag-move siya. So, mapapansin natin na nag-change yung kinetic energy niya, pero walang work na in-exert yung rail sa kanya. Pero nag-change yung total kinetic energy nung system. So, pwede yon, yung force lang yung mag-a-apply ng energy sa isang bagay and walang displacement na mangyayari. So, wala ring work. So, number 11, what happens when a ball is thrown up in the air? The answer for this one is letter B. It gains potential energy and loses kinetic energy. So, habang binato mo yung bola sa air, yung potential energy kasi yung formula niya is mass times gravity times height. So, tumataas yung height, so nag-i-increase yung potential energy or yung energy at rest. And kapag nag-i-increase yung energy at rest, bumababa yung kinetic energy or yung energy at motion. Problem number 12. Which of the following expressions is the dimension of pressure? So, pressure is equal to force over area. We know that force is equal to mass times acceleration. Ilalagay muna natin yung mga units para hindi tayo malito. So, mass is equal to kilogram times yung acceleration, meter over second squared, all over yung area ay meter squared. So, for this problem, yung M ay yung mass, L, length, yung T is yung time. So, for this units, kilogram is a unit of mass, meter ay length, over yung time squared, all over yung area or yung length squared. We can simplify this as ml over t squared l squared. Equal din yan sa mass times length times time raised to negative 2 times length raised to negative 2. So, ito yung final answer natin. Letter A. A plane is moving horizontally at speed of 90 kilometers per hour and is located 4.5 kilometers above the ground. During the flight, a bomb is dropped. What is the horizontal distance traveled by the bomb before it reaches the ground? Neglect the air friction effect and use gravity is equal to 10 meter per second squared. So for this problem, projectile motion problem siya. Meron daw airplane na nagta-travel na 90 kilometer per hour. And then, habang nagta-travel siya, binagsak niya yung bomb. Tapos given din na yung airplane ay nasa 4.5 kilometers above the ground or 4,500 meters above the ground. So for this problem, ang pinapahanap is horizontal distance na na-travel nung bomb bago siya nahulog. So yung formula na gagamitin natin dito is x is equal to initial velocity with respect to x times time plus 1/2 acceleration times time squared. Pero hindi naman nag-accelerate yung bomb, so 0 na yun yung acceleration. Given tayo ng initial speed, yung hahanapin na lang natin ay yung time. So, para mahanap natin yung time, meron tayong formula na y is equal to initial velocity times time plus 1/2 gravity times time squared. So, since hinahanap natin yung time and we're only concerned with the magnitude, ginawa na nating positive yung gravity. Yung elevation ay equal siya sa 4,500 equals yung initial velocity with respect to y is 0 kasi dinrap naman yung bomb. So, before, stationary lang siya nung nasa taas siya. So, we're left with 1/2 times gravity times time squared. So, yung t, makahanap na natin siya, square root of 4,500 times 2 all over 10. So, cancel yung 0. 450 times 2 is equal to 900. So, square root of 900. Yung time is equal to 30 seconds. So, given naman tayo nung velocity na 90 km per hour, pero kailangan natin i-convert yan into meters per second. So, i-convert muna natin 90 km per hour. So, sa 1 kilometer, may 1,000 meter. And then, sa 1 hour, merong 3,600 seconds. So, cancel na yung kilometer, yung hour. Ayan, matitira na lang yung meter per second. So, pwede, masisimplify natin to as, cancel yung dalawang 0. So, ito ay 90 times 10 over 36. Meter per second. I-substitute na natin sa formula. Yung V0 natin is 90 times 10 over 36 times yung time na 30 seconds. Ito 900 to, diba? 900 divided by 36. So, ito magiging 100. Ito magiging 4. And then, yung makukuha nating sagot, yan. Pwede nyo i-try i-solve manually without using your calculator. Pero dito hindi ko na ipapakita since wala na ring space. Yung makukuha nating sagot is 750 meters, which is also equal to 0.750 kilometers. So, ito yung final answer. Letter D. Number 14, the Earth's gravity exerts no torque on a satellite orbiting the Earth in an elliptical orbit. Which of the following remains constant even when the distance between the Earth and the satellite changes? So, the answer for this one is angular momentum. So, merong diagram. Meron akong nakitang diagram. Sabi dito, the angular momentum is the same at every point on an orbit. When it is closer, it increases speed. So, yung nagbabago lang yung speed. So, kapag maliit yung distance or mas closer dun sa orbit, tataas yung speed niya. Kaya magiging same pa rin sila nung momentum nung satellite na mas malayo sa Earth. Number 15, a 50 Newton meter torque acts on a wheel with moment of inertia of 25 kilogram per meter squared. If the wheel starts from rest, what is its angular acceleration? So ito, given tayo nung torque, merong moment of inertia, so kailangan na lang yung angular acceleration. So yung formula for torque is equal to moment of inertia times angular acceleration. So angular acceleration is equal to torque over moment of inertia. Direct substitution na lang. So 15 Newton meter yung torque over yung moment of inertia na 25 kilogram per meter squared. So yung answer natin is 2 rad per second squared. So yun ay letter C. Number 16, if the atmospheric pressure is 1.014 times 10 raised to 5 Pascal and the density of water is 1,000 kg per meter cube, what is the gauge pressure under a 2 meter deep swimming pool? So for this one, pinapahanap yung gauge pressure. So yung illustration dito, syempre merong atmospheric pressure, tapos merong water. So ito yung PATM or atmospheric pressure. And then, pinapahanap yung pressure below 2 meter from the surface of the water. So ito yung pressure due to the water. So yung gauge pressure is equal to atmospheric pressure plus yung pressure due to the water. So density times gravity times height, which is equal to, given naman yung atmospheric pressure na 1.014 times 10 raised to 5 Pascal plus yung density ng water is 1,000 kilogram per meter cube times yung gravity na 10 and yung height na 2. So, i-compute lang natin yan. Try to solve on your own. 1.21 times 10 raised to 5 Pascal. That is letter C. Number 17. In baseball, a bat hits a 0.10 kilogram ball moving with 5.5 meters per second velocity. If the reverse velocity of the ball is 15 meter per second, what is the magnitude of impulse of the ball? So dito, gagamitin natin yung impulse formula, which is impulse is equal to mass times velocity. So given naman tayo nung mass na 0.10 kg, tapos yung velocity na 5.5 meter per second, tapos itong 15 meter per second, yan yung final velocity. So, change in momentum is equal to mass times final velocity minus initial velocity. Change in momentum is equal to, substitute lang natin yung given, 0.10 kilograms times yung final, which is 15 meter per second, minus yung initial na 5.5 meter per second. So, yan ay 0.10 times 15 minus 5.5 is equal to 9.5. So, kapag multiply natin yan, makukuha natin yung sagot na 0.95 kilogram meter per second. So, yan ay letter B. Number 18. When heat is used to melt some ice in a water mixture, the internal energy of the water mixture increases. Which thermodynamic law is applied in this situation? So, kapag nag-heat ka daw, nag-melt ka ng ice and gumamit ka ng heat, yung internal energy daw sa water mixture ay mag-i-increase. So, that is due to letter B, first law of thermodynamics. So, sabi sa first law, meron daw two kinds of processes, heat and work, that can lead to a change in the internal energy of the system. So, yun yung binanggit sa number 18. Since both heat and work can be measured and quantified, This is the same as saying that any change in the energy of a system must result in a corresponding change in the energy of the surroundings outside the system. So, ito yung sabi nga, 'di ba, energy cannot be created or destroyed. So, kung gagawin natin siyang equation, yung sinasabi nitong first law, change in internal energy daw, equal siya sa heat minus yung work. Problem number 19, a 0.750 kilogram calorimeter with an unknown specific heat has an initial temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. 500 grams of water at 55 degrees Celsius is poured into the calorimeter. If the temperature of the water and calorimeter upon reaching its thermal equilibrium is 35 degrees Celsius, what is the specific heat of the calorimeter? So, yung specific heat daw is equal to 1 kcal over kilogram degrees Celsius. So, for this one, kunin muna natin yung given. So, for calorimeter, yung mass niya is equal to 0.750 kilogram. Yung initial temperature is equal to 25 degrees Celsius. And then for water, given tayo ng 500 kilogram na mass. Hindi pala. 500 grams. So, equal siya sa 0.5 kilogram. And then, yung initial temperature ng water is 55 degrees Celsius. Tapos, na-reach nila yung thermal equilibrium at 35 degrees Celsius. Kapag na-reach nila yung thermal equilibrium, ibig sabihin, yung heat na na-absorb ng calorimeter is equal to the heat released by the water. Mas mainit kasi yung water nung umpisa. So, kapag exothermic process, negative yung sign. Kapag endothermic or nag-absorb ng heat, positive yung sign ng heat. Okay, so yung formula for heat is equal to MC delta T ng calorimeter equals negative mass times specific heat times change in temperature ng water. So, pinapahanap sa atin ay yung specific heat ng calorimeter. Given naman tayo ng mga values, substitute na lang. So, 0.750 na mass times yung specific heat na pinapahanap times yung change in temperature. So, we have the final temperature na 35 degrees Celsius minus yung initial temperature ng calorimeter na 25 degrees Celsius. Equal yan sa negative 0.5 kilograms times yung specific heat na 1 times 35 minus 55 degrees Celsius. Okay, so pwede na natin makuha yung specific heat. C is equal to negative 0.5 times 1 times 35 minus 55 all over 0.750 times 35 minus 25. So, mapapansin nyo na mawawala yung negative sign kasi negative din yung value na makukuha nyo dito. So, positive 0.5 times 35 minus 55 is equal to negative 20, diba? So, yun na. Negative times negative is equal to positive. So, wala na tayong problema sa sign. Over 0.75 times 10. So, makakancel yung 20 and then magiging 2 na lang. And then, kapag sinimplify nyo pa siya, magiging 1 over 0.75 which is also equal to 1 over 75 over 100 equals 100 over 75. Convert to lowest terms, magiging 4 over 3, which is approximately 1.33 kilocalories over kilogram degrees Celsius. So, ito yung final answer. Letter B. Number 20. A 480 Newton boy eats a protein bar with an energy content of 100 calories. What percent of this energy will be used if he climbs a 100-meter stairs? So, let E be the energy from the food. Para lang di tayo malito. Work, or W is the work done. So, yung energy from the food, given naman na 100 calories, pero kailangan gawin natin siyang joules. So, i-convert natin siya. 100 calories sa isang calorie, merong 4.184 joules. So, dapat memorize to. Makakancel yung calorie. And, makukuha natin yung 418.4 joules na energy. For work naman, work is equal to force times distance. Yung force or yung weight ng boy is equal to 418.6 Newton. Times yung distance na na-travel niya, 100 meter. Which is equal to 4186. Tas move twice to the right. 41,860 joules. Yan. So, kukunin lang natin yung percentage. E over W is equal to 418.4 joules over 41,860 joules. Almost equal yan sa 1 over 100, which is equal to 0.01, which is also equal to 1% kapag tinimes mo sa 100. Ang answer natin is letter C, 1%. Number 21. Heat conductors X and Y are placed in between the hot and cold reservoir as shown in the figure above. Their thermal conductivities and their cross-sectional areas are listed in the table above. What is the relationship between the thermal currents of the two conductors? So, dito, napahanap yung thermal current. Yung thermal current is equal to K times area, or yung thermal conductivity times yung area. So, kukunin lang natin yung... So, ito, yan yung magiging thermal current, which is yung I. So, isa-substitute lang natin. Yung I sub X sa conductor X is 3K times A over 2. 3K times A over 2 equals 3/2 Ka. Yung thermal current naman for the Y conductor is I sub Y is equal to 5K over 3 times 3 ampere. Makakancel yung 3, magiging 5 times thermal conductivity times area. So, kukunin lang natin yung relationship daw nung thermal currents. So, I over X over I sub Y, I sub X pala, sorry, over I sub Y is equal to 3/2 Ka over 5 Ka. Maka-cancel to, yung mga letters. Matitira sa atin ay 3 over 10. So, I sub X is equal to 3 over 10 I sub Y. So, ito na yung final answer. Letter B. Problem 22. A crane used in lifting heavy equipment in infrastructure projects has an efficiency of 75%. If it is supplied by an input heat of 20 kilocalories, how high can it lift a 1.00 times 10 raised to 3 kilogram boulder? Use gravity is equal to 10 meter per second squared. Joules is equal to 4.19 joules per calorie. So, for this problem, since lifting ng boulder yung problem, gagamitin natin yung potential energy formula, which is equal to mass times gravity times height, para malaman natin yung kung gaano kataas na lift yung boulder. Yung height yung goal nating mahanap dito. Since given tayo ng efficiency, pwede natin makalculate yung output energy. So, for this problem, yung energy na magli-lift sa boulder, yun yung output energy. So, output energy is equal to the potential energy. Given tayo ng efficiency na 0.75%. Yung efficiency equal yan sa output na energy over input. Yung input energy natin given din, supplied by an input heat na 20 kilocalories. So, input energy is equal to 20,000 calories. Iko-convert lang natin to into joules. So, sa isang calorie, mayroong 4.19 joules. Makukuha natin yung sagot na 83,800 joules. So, kayo na bahala mag-multiply. Try to practice solving without the use of calculator. And then, since nakuha na natin yung input energy, makukuha na natin yung output energy, which is yung potential energy. So, yung output energy is equal to potential energy. Equal yan sa input times the efficiency. So, 0.75 na efficiency times yung input energy, which is 0.75 times 83,800 joules. Kung mapapansin nyo, yung output energy, mas maliit talaga siya sa input energy. Kasi, syempre, hindi naman lahat ng heat na na-supply, magko-convert mo siya into work or output energy. This will be equal to, try to solve on your own na lang, 62,850 joules. So, since meron na tayong potential energy, pwede na natin siyang i-substitute dito sa formula. So, 62,850 joules is equal to, yung mass given tayo niyan na 1,000 kilogram. 1,000 times yung gravity na 10 times yung hinahanap na height. Height is equal to 62,850 over 1,000 times 10, 10,000. So, yung height is equal to 6.285 meter. Letter C. Number 23. Which of the following laws of thermodynamics can explain why a refrigerator cannot transfer heat from cold to hot tanks without any external work applied to perform the process? So, yung law na yun ay second law of thermodynamics. So, dapat lagi siyang from hot to cold. So, yung second law of thermodynamics says that the entropy of any isolated system always increases. Yung entropy, yun yung degree of disorder. So, related din doon yung closure statement. So, itong tanong na to, yung cold to hot, bawal daw yun mangyari without external work. Kailangan mag-apply ka ng work para makapag-transfer ka ng heat from cold to hot tanks. So, yan yung diagram. So, yung sa second law naman na Kelvin-Planck statement, gusto ko lang idagdag. Sabi naman dito, it is impossible for any device that operates on a cycle to receive heat from a single reservoir and produce a net amount of work. In other words, no heat engine can have a thermal efficiency of 100%. Number 24. A 400 watts water heater contains 1 kilogram of water initially at 20 degrees Celsius. Assuming that the water heater has 100% efficiency, how long will it take to increase the temperature of water to 100 degrees Celsius? Yung specific heat ng water is 4,186 joules per kilogram degrees Celsius. Ilista muna natin yung given. Yung power is equal to 400 watts. Ito yun. Yung mass is equal to 1 kilogram. Initial temperature, 20 degrees. Tapos yung final temperature is 100 degrees. 20 degrees Celsius. 100 degrees Celsius. So, dito yung pinapahanap ay yung the time it takes to increase the temperature. So, yung time. Yung formula natin for heat is Q
equals M, or yung mass times specific heat times the change in temperature. And we also know that heat is equal to power times time. So, given naman tayo nung power, may mass, may specific heat, may change in temperature, so makukuha na natin yung time. P times T is equal to MC delta T. So, yung time is equal to MC delta T over P. Substitute na lang natin. 1 kilogram, 4186 joule kilogram over kilogram degrees Celsius times change in temperature, 100 minus 20 degrees Celsius, all over yung power na 400 watts. Makakancel na yung units since consistent naman. Kapag tinry nyo itong isolve, so ito 80 na to, diba? Lowest terms niya, magiging 5 na lang. And then, try to divide na lang. Maglo-long division kayo. So, yung makukuha nyo sagot is 837 seconds. Which is letter D. Number 25. A long coil of many turns made from high melting point alloy is used as the heating element of an electric kettle. But a short length of wire is unsuitable to be used as the heating element of this appliance. What conclusion can be made from these statements? So, yung answer dito is letter B. A long wire has a high resistance and gives more heat. So, sabi dito, the resistance of a long wire is greater than the resistance of short wire because electrons collide with more ions as they pass through. So, since nagko-collide yung mga electrons with more ions, mahihirapan makadaan yung current. Kapag naman, in terms of area, the resistance of thin wire is greater than the resistance of a thick wire because a thin wire has fewer electrons to carry the current. So, kapag mas manipis naman, mas malaki yung resistance. Kasi, yung thin wire, meron siyang mas onting electrons. So, mas onti lang din yung makakapass through na current. That's all for this review. Thank you so much for studying with me. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe on this channel. So, yung mga kasunod nito ay nasa part 2 ng video na to.